Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have some Easter DIYs today. Blondie's banging on the door. I closed the door so she wouldn't come in. I better let her in. Why is it when you open a door for a cat, they spend about 5 minutes looking and debating whether they want to come in? So like I said, I have some Easter themed DIYs today. I have some Pom-Pom Bunnies, which Blondie had fun making Pom-Pom Bunnies. I have a bunny cushion and I have like a bunny kind of sewing hoop decorative thingy. So that's what I'm going to be sharing in today's video. Blondie's out. Let's get straight into the first DIY, which is going to be my Pom-Pom Bunnies. They didn't look like my inspiration. I got some inspiration off Pinterest. In the description box, I will link to the original video, the person who made the bunnies and that I got my inspo from. Mine don't look as good as theirs. I think it's because I use buggly eyes. You can use beads instead. I think the beads would look cuter. But anyway, here is my Pom-Pom Bunnies and my Easter DIYs. For my first DIY, we are going to make some Pom-Pom Bunnies. Really fun to do and a child-friendly DIY if you want to make these over Easter. I just have some wool for the actual pom-poms. Then I have some felt for the little ears. I also picked up some buggly eyes and beads for the face detail. I got some pom-pom makers and then I just have a scissors as well. I picked up my wool for $1.50 a roll in Deals. I have one roll that is actually from Hickeys. My pom-pom makers were from Hickeys. I got most of the things local and I got them cheap enough as well. Now, I won't lie, I had to YouTube how to use the pom-pom makers because when I first got them, I was like, what are these? How do I use them? They're actually really simple. Here's just me making some pom-poms, but you can YouTube. And you're not alone if you have to Google how to use your pom-pom makers when you get them. I have to say I am a pom-pom maker convert. I used to make them the old-fashioned way with the cardboards, but these give you the perfect and same size pom-pom each time, and I don't waste wool because I only have to slightly trim them. The other way, I have to trim them a lot to get a nice shape. I made 2 size pom-poms, so I have a smaller size for the kind of head of the bunny and then I have a larger pom-pom for the kind of belly of the bunny. I'm now just going to make some felt ears. I'm just using some felt and I cut out a bunny ear shape. I folded over the fabric so I could get symmetrical ears. My ears aren't really perfect, but I did give it a try. I did use my glue gun to glue my body and head together. This is kind of lazy. You could stitch these. If you are making these with kids, the glue gun probably isn't practical for them, so you can skip this and you can tie the thread together or you can sew them together. I did just use my glue gun. I also used my glue gun to apply the ears. You'll see that I pinched the ends of the ears. This was just giving them that kind of like ear shape, the bunny ear shape. And I also used my glue gun to apply these. You could hand stitch these in as well if you wanted to. too. Next up is this really quick and simple, I don't know what to call it. I suppose you could call it like a hoop wreath maybe. So basically I'm just using some embroidery hoops. You can pick embroidery hoops up cheaply online. They can be expensive in the craft store, but you can buy them off like eBay and stuff, and they're really cheap. I'm basically just using a bunny template. That's actually bunny bunting that I got in deals, and I'm just using the actual bunny shape as a template to get like the perfect kind of shape. So I'm just cutting out some Hessian fabric, and basically all I'm gonna do is stitch it onto some nice floral fabric and then put it in a hoop with some ribbon, and you can just use this to hang on a wall as a cute Easter decoration. And lastly, I decided to make a matching cushion because I had loads of this fabric and I really like it. I think it's nice and, spring-like. So basically I'm following the same principle. I'm sticking a bunny to the front. I'm just folding the fabric so I can find the center, and then I'm going to stitch on the bunnies. You can hand stitch your bunnies on. I just used my sewing machine. I also have a video on how to make an envelope cushion, which I will link at the end of the video if you want to use that in detail. Basically, you have a front panel and 2 back panels, and as you can see, I'm just sandwiching them together before I stitch all the way around. But don't worry, I have a video on how to make an envelope cushion if you want to have a go at making this yourself. that was my DIYs. I'm loving the little cushion because I think you'd get away with a cushion all year round. It's quite cottage, farmhouse style. That's the thing, like your Easter decor doesn't have to be, you know, tacky Easter. It doesn't have to be like, well, not tacky, but like you don't have to go for the traditional mad colours. You could be a bit more subtle with the Easter decor. Basically, just put your own stamp on it and use fabrics and things that you like and that will fit in your home. Also, can I just mention, how have I not discovered pom-pom makers? I have been making them the old traditional way, which you saw in my pom-pom cushion video. I'll put that at the end. And I made pom-poms through something else, and I do it the old-fashioned way. But I got pom-pom makers. Now granted, they're a little bit, not dear, but for what they are. And I didn't know you can get them in different sizes as well. They give you the perfectly even pom-pom each time. So no wonky pom-poms. Another thing, if you are looking for a bunny template and you don't have a printer, you'll find bunny shapes on Pinterest. But if you don't have a printer, I use the template that I got in the pound shop. Or colouring books. They're great for like shapes. Maybe there's an Easter colouring book that you can trace out or cut out a bunny template as well. So just a little tip on getting a little template. If you want to make some envelope cushions, I also have a video. I only briefly showed how I made the cushion in today's video, but if you want like a detailed video, I'll put that at the end as well. So it's basically the first thing I ever learned to sew was an envelope cushion, and yeah, it's been what I've been making ever since, envelope cushions. Blondie's giving out again. Sometimes I just have to rock Blondie like a baby till she sells. So I'm going to sign off on this video because I have a temperamental cat. Don't film with kids and cats. That is it for this week. If you're new to my channel, I keep forgetting to tell people to subscribe. I'm quite bad at that. But do check that you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss for further videos, future videos. And that is it for this week, everyone. I will catch you all in the next one. See you next week. Bye.